You said you wanted to learn high level boxing. Well, today you're going to learn high level boxing on Eric Bradley Live. And the best part about that is we're going to get into some of the vocabulary that you'll learn and hear at the highest levels. But we're going to start by showing you a little bit of what happens when you get to the level where Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield are doing the kind of skills that go above what we call skills. You're going to get into the words like cagey and find out what's the effervescence behind techniques and skills that really matter when you get to that level of boxing. So not only that, I'm going to make sure that you hear this from the horse's mouth, the president of the WBC. For those of you who are really looking or already inside of the sport, let's hear what the head honcho has to say about what they actually look for to qualify you for the top rankings in boxing. So this is Eric A. Bradley Live. Let's work. You know, someone like Tank with skills. Mm-hmm. There are things that will not allow what he wants to do to happen.
Yeah.
And that is what you got to find the right huckleberry to pull that
and
off.
When you say cagey, you mean like tough wise?
No, like if you like to throw, like if you, all right. You see, this is not only just talk, this is education and levels. And there are things that if you have inside of the sport of boxing, now reaching these levels of what we call cagey, see, that's a level. And if you don't have it, what you'll find out about boxing is that you have to have a better skill set than the other guy. But if you're cagey, you've reached that level, then if you go back to the Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson, you can't outstrength Mike Tyson. You couldn't outspeed Mike Tyson. You were not quicker than Mike Tyson. But when you become a master of your skill set and then you develop a craft above the level of craft, which most fighters will not reach, then there's cagey. It's a level of degree. It's just like a doctorate. You can get a bachelor's degree. You can get an associate's degree. You can just get a basic diploma, or you can get a master's. But when you go to cagey, that's your doctorate. That means I'm unbeatable by just skills alone. And that's what we mean when we talk about this. And these are the educational realms and things that most don't quite understand about the sport of boxing. So that's where you have to pick and choose a fighter because you don't quite understand what is this thing that I hear about. And that's why sometimes when I had to pick, I got chosen for ESPN, the Insider, to handicap because I understand matches. It's tough. Now, there's no magician in this thing because I don't know what's going on in this guy's camp. But when it comes down to getting in the ring and in the first round, you're going to find that there is things that you can pay close attention to prior to the fight happening. And that's how you pick. So with that being said, I like to take 1 second, and I don't want to waste your time, but I definitely want to give you some food. Here are the guys who are currently new members in the Champions University. And then I have one more plug that I want to share with you guys. And that is a couple of seconds of this sparring with one of our participants, my man Dre, and super middleweight champion of the world, Benavidez. Floyd Hill, welcome to Champions University. Ismail Amaya, welcome to Champions University. Heshan, Guana Wardana, welcome to the school. Patrick Frazier, Keith Lashley, welcome to the school. Dante Clark, David Acosta, Clinton Owner, Sammy Lopez, and David Clark. You see, these individuals' trajectory in life has now taken upon a new level. And I have to say, special shouts out to my guy. And you see how the world's emerging with Darrell and our coach here. Just look at 15 seconds of just work.
Yeah, go take my
Okay.
so long. Next monster. Jumping there with the Matrix. Promise y'all he just up this game. This boy is fast, explosive, fast that power, precise, and he got a game on mentality. I ain't giving you nothing. I need you to give me nothing. Yeah, go take my shit. So, he gonna go as far as he wants. As long as he keep doing what he's doing. Easy work. You better go another round, man. All that shit.
We played this clip before to let you know what actually is required at the high levels of boxing. So sometimes people don't have the luxury of being in a place where there are a lot of real high level talents to go up against. So you fight who's available. We would refer to this as, you're fighting cab drivers. So the record that you put into play is not real to us. And when you start fighting in gyms where it's real, then you realize that you got to get real work to prepare you for that. Because if you don't, what happens is you get the opportunity to be on television and then you are exposed. And we see this a lot. And this happened when I was a younger coach. I learned a lot of scenarios like that would happen right when the guy had the opportunity to get on television. So here is Mauricio Suleiman speaking directly to that. And this is my duty to make sure that you guys hear from the horse's mouth. And that's pretty much what we're going to make sure the transparency is here in Champions University. So take a listen to Mauricio Suleiman and you be the judge. Are you getting your athletes prepared at the level that's required? And are you following the actual steps that's going to get you and your athlete positioned for the top 10 of boxing? Here's Mauricio.
A very complex subject.
Yeah.
Because records do not speak. They cannot tell you the story. So you can have a boy 20-0 that has been fighting against very low opposition. And then you face him against someone who is 8-12. Everybody would think that the 20-0 is going to run him over. But if the other kid fought very tough opposition, he might very easily win that fight. So what we do, we have the ratings are due to merit. And we have a series of situations that we have to study to rank a fighter. Record, activity, level of opposition, and we analyze each fight. If you are fighting in your hometown and the other guy is a visitor. If you're fighting abroad, if you're going out of state, if you're going out of the country, all these things come up to create a formula. And we have rating committee members in 22 countries of the world.
Okay.
Every month we receive all their input. Then we create a draft. Everyone reviews it. And then we come out with the official ratings. For the best rating for a fighter, you have to be active and you have to fight against good level of opposition. That would bring you up in the rankings much more than if you're not active, if you're fighting against bums, if you are only taking easy fights, and everyone analyzes all that data and gives it a value.
Understanding this kind of approach first will prevent you from building a fighter up on a lot of low-level competition and then expecting them to perform at a high level, because it's much different. There's a level of dexterity that the hands and the body must go through. The densities when you're fighting rougher guys, tougher guys, more explosive guys, more prepared guys who can deal with what you throw. So athletes today must be conscious. Coaches must be even more conscious, because you are the actual father figure. You are the actual leader, the guideline. You are the principal of the school. You lead them into an area where they require attention. And so what do? You make sure that you have these areas covered. Another way to make sure that you get into the top 25 is to pay close attention to how that athlete is managing their career in the world of attracting more people. Show the people why, how amazing they are, what kind of a person they are. It's the act of building your own personal brand. Hopefully the show was informative, but Wednesday, we're going to deep dive into how to protect our coaches in the sport of boxing. You got lawsuits going on because fighters are not paying the guys. What I want to make sure that you guys know as trainers and coaches and you guys who are head of these programs is that you have to protect yourself. And learning how to do contracts and be represented in the right, proper way so that you won't be a victim of this situation, because it's unfortunate. Because everybody makes immense sacrifices. So tune in on Wednesday where you're going to really learn how to protect yourself from a scenario like this, because everybody needs to feed their families. We don't just do this for fun. Unfortunately, this has been happening for far too long. So what we're going to do is make sure that this does not go on any further. All of the tools that you're going to need, you're going to learn about and how to protect yourself, just like you would pay insurance for your house or your car. Now you'll be able to cover yourself. So I'll see you Wednesday on Eric A. Bradley Live with the business of boxing. So long. Make sure you like and subscribe so that the algorithm can find you to watch the next episode. Be sure to do that and tag a friend that you think right now needs to hear this message. So long.